Hey guys, Mark again on the road, and it seems like I'm gonna waste my life on the road. But I wanted to report today about some law of attraction stuff that it's like I said, I was kind of I'm kind of always reluctant to do these types of videos. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm worried about what people think. I always looked at a lot of this stuff, not that I didn't necessarily believe in the law of attraction, but I guess until you really start manifesting things, you're not necessarily, or for me, I wasn't necessarily I won't say I wasn't a believer, but I felt like there were a lot of my own thoughts were probably holding me back and keeping me from manifesting the way that I expected to. How about that? Maybe my expectations exceeded the reality of the situation, or maybe I had unrealistic expectations based on how well I was doing. Once again, like anything else, be consistent with your efforts. If you're gonna start visualizing things that you want or things that you need or whatever, you're going to try and attract that into your life. Make sure you go through the process correctly. And there's a lot of videos out there and a lot of instruction out there on law of attraction and how to actually perform the practice correctly. But what I've found is, number one, you have a definite goal in mind. You have a definite end result, and you focus on that end result. You really focus on it. You put yourself in that in the moment. You put yourself in that situation. If it's the new car of your dreams or whatever it may be, make sure you're sitting in that car. Make sure you feel your hands on the steering wheel, and you're playing with the radio, whatever it might be. But make sure that you are in that moment, that you are in that reality. Make sure that you're when you imagine that world that you're creating, make sure you imagine it in every possible detail. What's the new car smell like? What do those leather seats smell like? Everybody knows that new car smell. If it's a house, walk through it. How does it sound when you walk on the wood floors or the tile floors? Or, how does the handle feel when you're opening up the front door or the back door to a deck or to a pool or whatever? Maybe an outdoor kitchen, whatever it may be. Make sure that you think about these things, in as detailed a manner as possible. So probably the best way to say that. And slow down a little bit here. Getting closer to the city. But do that in as detailed a manner as possible. Okay, and then once you do that, and make sure you feel it. Make sure you have the feelings of what it's like to obtain these things, and what is the feeling like whenever you are walking in that house, in your home, you are driving your new car, you are receiving that check that you're looking for in the mail. So, those are the things that you really need to do. And so, with that said, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've had some success with, and just little things. Like I said the other day, I found a whole bunch of pants that I didn't realize that I had, and which kept me from having to run out and go buy a bunch more. It's a little deal. I'm not a big clothes guy, obviously, but it's not a big deal. But for that moment, it was pretty huge, and I'm going to share with you guys why that was a bigger moment than what maybe I normally would have thought of it as. But and I'll do that in a later video. I'm not prepared to do that just yet. So it's not a big deal, but it is, and it'll be something that I share with you later on. But the other thing is, I was thinking about selling a generator that I had because I don't need it anymore, and I thought, I might go ahead and sell that and get the one that I want for my home. And so I wasn't super focused on it, but I was thinking about it, and I thought, it would be nice to have a little bit of extra money today to just go do this or whatever it was, and I was just kind of thinking about it. Well, as soon as I showed up on a job yesterday, one of the foremen there was talking about a camper that he had, and he was talking about how his generator had just gone out, and how he needed to buy a new one. And so I told him, hey, it's funny because I was on my way in this morning. I was thinking about getting rid of mine, and so once again, it's just another situation where it worked out right. And then there's the other things where it comes to business, where you put the intention out there of I'm going to generate 100 leads today, or I'm going to generate 150 leads or whatever, and then you put the action behind that intention, and you're imagining, and then you get those leads. Those leads come in. So the next step, obviously, is to take those leads and just start thinking about how I want those leads to become team members. I want 15 or 20 team members to come from that, and so that's what I'm focusing on, and start generating some checks and having those checks come in. And I really feel like once you get really good at it, good at manifesting things like this, and don't get me wrong, guys, you're not wishing for things and they magically show up. But you are focusing on these things. You're putting yourself in that moment. You're putting yourself in the right frame of mind, in the right emotional state. All of those things must be combined and come together. It's just like right now. I'm looking at this. I'm thinking about this video, and I'm thinking, man, it'll be awesome whenever I have 300, 400, 500 people, 1,000 people, check out this video and see, start watching the whole thing, the whole channel, watching all the videos and watching the process of how we go from nothing to a lot, and how we go from not really having anything going on to just a life of prosperity and abundance. And if I can use that to influence some other people and maybe help other people, that's really kind of the goal. So, and not to mention generating a lot of capital, a lot of cash, a lot of money. That's part of it too. And whatever you think about money, I don't know if you have a hard time with it, or if you think it's evil or whatnot. Whether you want to accept it or not, for those of you that do have a problem with it, whether you want to accept it or not, money equals freedom in this society, in our civilization. And I don't care where you are, that money is going to equal your freedom to a large extent. Because people out here jumping in traffic every day, they're not free. I'm not completely free yet, but I'm getting there. And eventually I will be there. I've already seen it. I've already put myself in that state, and it's going to happen. So guys, for whatever this mumbo jumbo is or whatever, it works. And I'm going to be sharing some more experiences with you when it comes to the law of attraction, and I'm also going to share those experiences as it pertains to business, whether it be American Bill money or some other things. There's a few things that I'm looking at right now also to add to my portfolio, and it's guys, it's just fantastic the way things are working out. So I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what's happening, let you know everything's real, and make sure, guys, that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the like button if you like the video. If you don't like the video, hit the I don't like your video button. I don't care. Do something. Make sure you hit the bell so that you can get notifications for new videos out there. And once again, we're developing some things for the new year coming up. We're not that far away. 6-7 weeks to the new year, and the new year is another really busy time in the home-based business community, in the home-based business niche, and or niche. So we're developing these things for our groups. We're developing lead generation techniques. I am going to be putting out lead generation techniques over the weekend, and I will probably just start a list of a lot of things that I personally have found to work very well, and then I'm also going to start taking a list of or making a list from others that are doing well, and I'll start sending out some emails to some of those other folks so that we can start getting some of their best cash or lead generation techniques. And because that's what it is, guys. It's really about getting the right eyeballs on your opportunity, getting the right audience to check out what it is that you're putting out there. And it's not rocket science. It's not that hard to do, and a lot of people think that you have to really work super hard to make all this happen. To me, it's all pretty easy. I've done hard work. I know what hard work is. This is not hard work. So I think it's pretty easy. So anyway, guys, it's all about developing that passive residual income deal, and really it's about obtaining your freedom. I'll probably work forever just because I enjoy it, but I also want to be able to take off when I want to take off. I want to go on vacation when I want to go on vacation, and I want to go where I want to go. So I'm going to be working on some videos. I started working on the webinar again. I've almost got it wrapped up, and I'm really excited about that one because that's going to be, I've put a lot of time and effort into it, and so I have high expectations for it. So we'll see what happens, and it's going to be something that you're going to be able to use as well, guys, because I'm going to make it pretty generic so that everybody can use the webinar and they'll use the replay for your own benefit. So, guys, with that said, take care, have a great day, and remember, I'll see you at the top. Take care.